The definition of inspiration to me is, here's a spark, now take it and go. And it's up to the artist to build it into something that's a bonfire.
I find inspiration from the natural world, things like textures, and for things like different animals and creatures. That's often the best place to get interesting reference that no one else is looking at.
One of my favorite game genres of all time was fighting games, and I think a lot of the Overwatch style and character design comes from that DNA of just playing tons of fighting games.
I think a pretty big event that was life-changing was my friend introducing me to D&D. The idea that you could be a hero with a sword and a shield really appealed to me.
For me, comics is a big thing that I get inspired by. I'm a big Mignola fan, so I read a lot of his stuff.
Anything from comics and movies and games, it's always going to influence the creators, and it's going to come out in the work we do.
I think you can get a lot of inspiration just by bouncing ideas off other artists, just because people, see things different ways.
I'll be working on some piece of art. I'll be thinking it's the best thing in the world, and I'll see what the WoW team is working on, or the Overwatch team, and I'm like, oh my God, that's so good. What am I gonna do? I have to make mine better.
So we constantly would bounce ideas off of each other and push each other like, oh, that was really cool how you did that bear skin. I'm gonna make my cat skin like this now.
Two brains are better than one, and if you can work together, chances are very good that you'll be able to come up with better solutions than you would have by yourself, and it will only make you a better artist.
So I think inspiration is that fuel, that gas that keeps artists going, and that's different for everybody.
Depending on who you ask, inspiration can come naturally, out of nowhere, or it's something you have to really work at.
You have to cultivate the inspiration. Inspiration is there. It's a gift for the artist. But a lot of times people won't give themselves the ability to find inspiration.
Ideas and different mediums are constantly going through your brain. And I think it's actually really hard to stop, but it's not until you do stop that now it's a lot easier for the inspiration to kind of come.
When you've got the germ of an idea, one of the best ways to make it into something new is to sort of mix it with other things that you know and like.
What am I seeing in the world around me, and how can I recreate that in my own fun way?
You take two things that might not have been ever combined before, and you're like, oh, that fits so well.
I think that is the challenge, but also in taking inspiration, it's important to understand it in your way versus somebody else's way.
You never know where you're going to find inspiration, so you should try to be open to any sort of experience that comes along.
Surround yourself with awesome things, inspiration can come. You should just always be thinking about, what can I create next?
I think the inspiration killer is looking at other people's artwork and thinking, oh, I could never do that. The better response, to creativity and creating artwork is, oh, that is amazing. Like, I want to do that too.
The longer you do art, the more you get to know yourself and get to know how do you kind of jumpstart your own inspiration engine.
I find the best way to just keep getting inspired is to just always be creating. Keep doing artwork. You're gonna get better. You have to practice every day.